The lost civilizations you weren't taught in school. The truth will shock you. We were lied to. History as you know it is incomplete, and deliberately so. You've heard about Rome, Greece, and Egypt. But what about the empires and cultures that shaped the world just as much, if not more, but were erased from your history books? 5,000 years ago, the Indus Valley built cities with sewage systems so advanced that modern engineers still marvel at them. In Africa, the Kingdom of Kush mined gold on a scale that made Egypt look small. In Peru, the Norte Chico people built pyramids without war, writing, or pottery. How do you explain that? You don't. You bury it. And that's exactly what happened. The question is, why? We've all sat in those boring history classes, flipping through textbooks filled with the same stories of Western civilization. But have you ever wondered why some of the most advanced cultures in human history are missing from the narrative? It's not an accident. It's a strategy, because history isn't just about facts, it's about control. Who gets remembered? Who gets erased? Take the Indus Valley civilization. Flourishing around 2600 BCE, these people designed cities with grid streets, multi-story homes, and even working plumbing. They traded with Mesopotamia, created standardized weights, and practiced advanced dentistry. Let that sink in. Dental surgery in 2600 BCE. But around 1900 BCE they vanished. Climate change, invasion, nobody knows. Their entire culture reduced to ruins in modern-day Pakistan and India. Why isn't this taught in schools? Because it doesn't fit the cradle of civilization myth that places Mesopotamia at the center of human advancement. And that's just the beginning. Let's talk about the Kingdom of Kush. Everyone knows about Egypt, but did you know that Egypt was conquered by Kushite kings in 760 BCE? They ruled as the Black Pharaohs for nearly a century. The Kushites didn't just conquer Egypt, they influenced its art, architecture, and religious practices. But history books barely mention them. Why? Because it challenges the narrative that African civilizations were primitive or backward. The truth is, Kush's gold mines and trade networks made them one of the wealthiest empires in ancient history. When Rome's economy collapsed, Kush was still thriving. Let that sink in. And then there's the Norte Chico civilization in Peru, dating back to 3000 BCE. No pottery, no writing, no signs of war. And yet they built pyramids, irrigation systems, and massive urban centers. Their structures predate the Egyptian pyramids by over 1,000 years. How did they organize and build such a sophisticated society without conflict? What knowledge did they possess that we've lost? And what about the Tartessians, a wealthy maritime power in Spain, mentioned even in the Bible, Isaiah 23:10? Pass through your land like the river Tarshish. The Tartessians traded with the Phoenicians and Greeks, amassing untold riches. Then they disappeared. Their cities were abandoned, their artifacts scattered. What happened? Did they collapse, or did someone make sure they were forgotten? Here's the gut punch. These civilizations weren't isolated. They were connected. The Indus Valley traded with Mesopotamia. The Kushites influenced Egypt. The Tartessians linked Europe and Africa through trade routes. Humanity has always been interconnected. We've always built and shaped each other's destinies, but that truth threatens the power structures that benefit from division. That's why these stories were buried. Because if we realize how connected we've always been, the idea of separation, of superiority falls apart. And that's dangerous to those in control. From the Indus Valley to the Black Pharaohs, from Peru to Spain, these lost civilizations weren't mistakes. They were evidence of human brilliance and interconnectedness. The fact that they've been erased from history should make you question everything. So why now? Why are we uncovering this knowledge in our time? Because the truth is rising. Just like in the days of Babel, humanity is waking up to the reality that we are not separate. We never have been. Jesus said in Luke 8:17, "For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought into the open." The truth is surfacing, and we're standing at the edge of a new understanding of history and ourselves. Which civilization shocked you the most? Drop a comment below. We want to hear from you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden history and biblical truth. Hit that bell so you don't miss what's coming next, because there's more they don't want you to know. This is Bytes News, where the buried come alive.